Hello and welcome to Dubai Trains. And today we have a little bit of a bad news video, unfortunately, the video that no one really wants to make. But let's try to give it a positive spin because there's a big opportunity in this video. That's why I'm reaching out for you to become active in the model railroad industry. So that's what this video is about, actually, the main goal. So let me explain a little bit the onset of this video and what's happening. So, longtime viewers of the Dubai Trains YouTube channel know that we work together with a company called ABR Model Works. And this is mostly a collaboration of us sharing ideas and me putting their products in the spotlight. They've been supporting the channel for several years now, actually, and I've had many, many late night video calls with Chris. Chris is the man behind ABR Model Works. But however, here comes the bad news: is Chris had a stroke around New Year's Eve, and that's effectively putting a stop to all his plans. But the business does need to continue, so he's actually putting it up for sale now because there's so much potential for the business and so much has been done. So many products are there. There's so many products are there that are just not on the website yet. And this can just be taken up, this whole company about Model Works, and you can go and run with it. That's basically what needs to happen. He did all the hard work already in the previous years. But before that's just the onset of the video. Before we go into that, let's just get into the situation. And who better to explain it than Chris himself? He published this a few days ago. This article, I'm not going to read the whole thing. You can find it on his YouTube channel and Facebook page. But let me just take some snippets. So here we go. He says, "Hi, modelers. I must apologize for not being in touch before. On December 30th, I suffered a stroke which affected my right side. It left me unable to walk unaided, some difficulty speaking, and no use of my right arm and hand. I have been receiving therapy in the week since, and am now able to walk by myself, albeit slow and not very far, and am speaking more clearly. I still have no use of my right arm, hand. This was all very unexpected and left me and my family with a considerable amount of stress to work through. I wanted to touch base with all of you to let you know why I haven't heard from me in a while and to give you an update on where things are at with ABR Model Works. Fortunately, the prognosis is that although my mobility will return to being fairly good and I will recover some use of my arm, my hand is not likely to have a great deal of dexterity. This is going to prevent, for the foreseeable future, any development of production and products, etc. And let me just cut in here. I mean, you can imagine if you've ever had a business, SME or anything like that, home business, that, yeah, it really affects everything. And it's just going to be on hold for a while. So let me continue. As you can appreciate, this is extremely disappointing for me and a blow to my plans for ABR Model Works. The business is still operating and the website is still functioning. If you're looking for any of our products, we would appreciate your continued support. So let me cut in again. He just goes on. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Um, that the products that are on the website are still on stock, so you can't order anything that's not there. He's going to also continue to support the outstanding orders. There are quite a few orders of the baseboard system. Explains that. And then he goes on, going forward, even if I'm lucky enough to recover to be able to do some work, it will be at least 6 to 12 months. Obviously, over that time, ABL Model Works will be forgotten if I'm not putting up videos and sending out newsletters. I feel I would be letting you, the modelers, down by not supporting you with products for a lengthy period. And for this reason, I have decided to put the business up for sale. Right now, we are going through the process of evaluating the business, counting stock, and working out what equipment is required to run it. We are hoping to be in a position to have information available to interested parties in the next few weeks. Yeah, that I'm sure, knowing Chris, that was not an easy decision to put all those years of him just putting everything in this company up for sale. But as you see, he's in a tight spot, and they just have to. That's sometimes, unfortunately, how it goes with SMEs. You just have to, yeah, bite the bullet a bit. Yeah, and that is the silver lining a little bit, folks. If you're still watching right now, that you can just jump into the model railroad industry. You can take this company that has figured out all the basics and set up everything and just run with it. I know there's so many products that are not even on the website that are just ready to go. And take it from me that this for Chris was a very hard decision to take. He has put so much time and effort with him and also with the support of his family to set up this business, but he's just his hand is forced. He has to sell it, and I understand that. Reading through the article, yeah, he also says it here. On a personal note, I've invested nearly 4 years into ABR Model Works, working really hard to get to the point where it is sustainable. So I'm really hoping that someone with a similar passion for the hobby will take it on. And that's what this video is about. It's not about Dubai trains. It's about you. If you have a passion for the hobby, then you can now really follow that passion and help someone out who is in a bit of a pickle right now, to say the least. And if you're truly interested, have a look at the article. It's on, again, the Facebook page of ABR Model Works and his YouTube page channel as well. There's a whole list of everything that is included here. I just glance over it. IP, the intellectual property, the stock that's available, marketing material. It's not listed here, but all the contacts that he has. I'm sure that's somewhere in there. They have over 400 items of 3D printed stock right now. That alone is yeah, super useful just to get through the initial weeks or months while you're transitioning with the company. The modular building system is there, different scales, HO kits. It's all here. Diorama baseboards. It just continues. It goes on and on. Material supplies, materials, printers, wash stations, CNC routers, tooling, storage racks, the whole caboodle. But it also says here at the bottom, last piece of information that might be important. For Australian buyers, the intent would be to sell the whole thing as a complete package, including stock, equipment, IP, etc. If being sold outside Australia, we would ship all the stock and include the IP, but it might be cheaper to buy the equipment locally. We can discuss it at length if approached by a party outside of Australia. It would be sold as a complete turnkey business with everything required to pick up where we left off and run a profitable business. I'd like to thank you all for the support you've given so far. I ask you to please pass this on to any clubs or any other modelers that you think might be interested. So that's also where my contribution is from the Dubai Train channel to pass on this message. And here's the opportunity in front of you guys. The opportunity is to live and work in the field that you're passionate about. And it's right here. Chris did, yeah, a lot of the heavy lifting already. I'm sure, like any SME, there's a lot left to do, which is part of the fun. But you can at least hit the ground running. And I just want to leave it right there. That's it for today. Our thoughts go out to Chris and Anna. I hope you guys recover soon and get through this relatively easy and swiftly. Knowing you, Chris, you'll probably be up and running, yeah, as soon as you can. You're not going to let this be. And here you see the email of ABR Model Works on screen right now. I'll also put it in the link down below. That's all, guys, for today. In the meantime, have a great day modeling. Bye bye.